Exxon promises 20 more exploration wells. Scotiabank gone by year's end. Woman charged with embezzlement. And food security. Why it's important. I am Enrico Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. ExxonMobil plans to drill 20 additional exploration wells and plans to link oil-producing vessels to nearby wells in order to guarantee a steady flow of crude oil. ExxonMobil's Senior Vice President Neil Chapman said 10 wells would be drilled this year and 10 more next year. Chapman said that by 2027, when a 6th FPSO vessel comes online, ExxonMobil intends to have more than 850,000 barrels per day production and a capacity of more than 1.12 million barrels a day. Then, by 2027, ExxonMobil intended to generate US $7.5 billion operating cash flow at a Brent crude price of US $60 per barrel per day. So speaking of oil, starting Monday, we'll be introducing a new segment. Every episode, we will take time to highlight what is going on in the oil and gas industry. While we will focus on oil news in Guyana mostly, we'll also cover a little bit of history and even developments in other countries that would have relevance for us to have more context as we move through this industry. For example, did you know there's a major oil spill in the Amazon rainforest in Ecuador last month? Seeing how they deal with these problems can give us valuable lessons as we chart our own course. So, look out for that on Monday. On Thursday, the Bank of Guyana confirmed that the process was still ongoing to determine whether a banking/financial license would be issued to Trinidad's First Citizens Bank Limited to operate in Guyana. While Gobin Ganja, the governor of Bank of Guyana, will not say how far along the process was, he outlined that after a full application is received, the BOG has 180 days within which to consider and an additional 90 days to grant or not to grant the banking/financial license, meaning that Scotiabank may be gone by year's end, only to be replaced by FCB. After signing a 5-year medical partnership with the Ministry of Health in November of last year, New York State Northwell Health has dispatched a team of medical residents to Guyana to rotate through the GPHC. The healthcare provider said today the intention of sending the medical residents to Guyana is to enhance care, to develop cultural understanding, and to train their physicians in tropical medicine. While the MOU is for 5 years, they intend to extend it further depending on the success of the program. With Acting Police Commissioner Nigel Hoppy set to proceed on his pre-retirement leave this month, the search is set to begin for a new Commissioner of Police. The next senior rank is Deputy Police Commissioner Paul Williams, but the PPP apparently don't like him because they had 2 other subordinated officers acting as Deputy Police Commissioners instead. The Commissioner of Police is appointed by the President following meaningful consultation with the Leader of the Opposition and the Chairman of the Police Service Commission in keeping with the Constitution. With Norton to soon take up the Opposition Leader post, the President hopes to begin engagements soon. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's car of the day. Currently on sale is his 2014 Audi Q3. It comes with Bluetooth, mug rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamps, electronic parking brake, back camera, and much, much more. Buy cash for $5.6 million. All pay down as low as $1,120,000 down with around $108,000 monthly for 5 years, and it's yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info. Or visit their showrooms at Lot 171 Pinaroshe Queenstown or Lot 2 Lamar Street and tell them you got sent you for this sweet deal. On Monday, the Georgetown Mayor and City Council approved the motion for the payment of all outstanding benefits to former Town Clerk Royston King, in like manner to a payout approved for former Town Clerk Carol Super. The motion proposed by the Mayor of Georgetown, Raj Narayan, and seconded by fellow Avenue Councillor Heston Bostwick, was eventually approved by all councillors who were present at the statutory meeting. When asked about the move, Narayan basically implied that, well, if it was good for Super, it's good for King. On Wednesday, Kanu arrested 45-year-old Ian Griffith, which over 2.3 kilos of cocaine during a drug bust in Region 3. According to the cops, the drugs were worth $2.6 million Guyana dollars. Griffith is currently in police custody. Today, Solana Wills, the former supervisor of Lay Brands Financial Management and Tax Consultancy, pleaded not guilty to 6 counts of embezzling over $3.1 million from the firm. Her business manages accounts for other companies, collects monies or checks, and fulfills payments to NIS and GRA on the behalf of their clients. But instead of paying their clients' bills, Wills allegedly just up and spent the money. She was released on $200,000 bail, and the matter was adjourned until April 8, 2020. Who said luxury can't be affordable? Move into your own home in 2022. Lenore Estate West Coast MRR properties are within your reach. Move out of the landlord's place and put that rent money towards your very own 5,000 square foot property. Call or WhatsApp 592-618-5702 or +1 516-476-2172 for more info. An unidentified man was found dead along the Metten-Meersburg public road on the west coast of Demerara on Wednesday. Police headquarters reported that the man is about 60 years old. No marks of violence were observed on the body. The body is currently at a funeral home awaiting identification. It's now time for today's Run Report. Today, the nation recorded 22 new cases. There are now 1,233 persons dead, 5 in the ICU, 337 in home isolation, and the total number of confirmed cases around the nation now stands at 63,024. So please, people, wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your nose and mouth and mask up before you leave the house. When you do leave home, try to avoid enclosed spaces and large crowds. And remember to give 6 feet of space between you and others. Now for our stupid news of the day. You know what I think is stupid? The fact that we are not currently the breadbasket of the Caribbean. So I will be following what actually materializes out of these food security talks that just recently happened in Belize. Because if this government is serious about food security, then we cannot allow politics, short-sightedness, and individuals with selfish agendas to rob Guyanese from taking advantage of this opportunity to become an agro powerhouse. Our destiny is to be a net food exporter and an eco-tourism destination, which means we're going in the right direction. Honestly, these two goals will serve the purposes of ensuring that Guyanese won't go hungry at a time when the global order is in disorder, and by developing our eco-tourism industry, we can keep prices high for foreigners to come in and to take part in our services, to actually maintain a high quality of service for said tourists, and do as little damage to the environment as possible. But while corporations are building luxury hotels in Georgetown, the government is chastising family-run hinterland eco-lodges for not offering 5-star service on a dime. Now that's kind of silly. If you ask me, developing the agro-processing capacity of family-run farms and offering direct support to hinterland tourist destinations is the most sensible way to achieve this goal of a green paradise fueled by oil revenues that we all seek to have here. This means that we, and by we I mean the citizens, would have to make sure that the government does this in a fair manner and doesn't just sell it off to all the friends and family and foreigners. Because to let this industry get sold out to another set of greedy businessmen is pretty stupid. You can multiply your cash by selling digital top-up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy through linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. It's now time for our Uncut News Views Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. So, we ask the question, and you give your answers in the comments, and we'll read the best ones in the following episode. Yesterday's question was about CARICOM having a say in our oil industry. How do you feel about that? Danraj Mohan says they need to respect Guyana. The government is educated and understands the principle of governance and proper management and balanced economic growth and development. So there is no need for CARICOM. Guyana can manage and maintain an effective system. No country should disrupt the progress of Guyana and its people. I agree, very much so. So for tonight's question, I want to know, how do you feel about First Citizens Bank Limited coming over here and Scotia leaving? Do you feel optimistic, or do you think they'll be just as good, or bad, depending on how you feel, as the blue bunk from Trinidad that's currently operating here? So with that being said, I want you to think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out on Monday for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bullford saying, have a great weekend. And as always, don't drink and drive, or you'll end up on Monday's episode the hard way. Ha-ha! Good night, folks. Hey, Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.